Cooper Weidenthaler with Davenport Athletics, and I'm joined by the head coach of the women's volleyball program, Brian Netzler. Coach, been a minute since we talked. I think we haven't talked since preseason, but obviously a lot has happened since. We're 10 matches in. Let's talk about a couple individual players before we get to the team. Emmy, Webb, and Hayley Kreiger have both been named Player of the Week, GLIAC South Player of the Week this year. Emmy's was after the Purdue Northwest wins, and then Hayley was this past week after Wayne State. Something this program hasn't done since its first year in the league in 2017. So a lot of success individually as well this year. Just talk about Emmy and Hayley and kind of the seasons they've had thus far.
Yeah. We're still pretty young. I mean, this is Emmy's second year in the program, and, she's just really kind of solidified our middle position as a sophomore. And she did that even last year as a freshman, but really just coming into her own. And I think Emmy understanding, angles a little bit more, and Emmy understanding like how I can score against certain middles. She's a gym rat. She wants to be the best that she can be as a volleyball player. And, I think the fruits of her labor were, that weekend against Purdue Northwest. I've never seen anything like that in a match. I was more than welcome to see it. But I think, from our middle standpoint, it's not just Emmy. I mean, Megan, has, last year was named Player of the Week one week, but, she's been incredible too. I think both of our middles have been just so steady for us this year. And it's just, we know what we can, we know what we're going to get out of them every single week. And, really proud of both of them. And, Hayley, I mean, Hayley is, a dual sport athlete for us here at Davenport, and, chose to play volleyball this year. And I think what most fans don't see from Hayley, obviously, because they haven't been in the stands up until last weekend. But also, if you were to tune in, I don't think what they don't see about Hayley is just the complete player that she's made herself this year. It's not just her attacking and getting kills, her ability to play 6 rotations, her ability to pass and serve receive. She's really upped just about every single, facet of her game. And this past weekend, I mean, she lit it up. She really did. And I think, if it wasn't for Hayley going off, I really do think Riley Groves, her counterpart on the outside, would have most likely won Player of the Week herself. And, the team itself, we've got individuals that are, earning some accolades, and, there's some that don't. I think Nicole Odine as a freshman coming in and running our offense the way she has, it's just been so impressive. And, I don't think she gives herself enough credit for the amount that she's got on her plate as a freshman coming in and running the show. But I don't think without Nicole running the show, I don't know if we would have performances like that without, our passers in the backcourt, digging balls. Gabi Schellenbarger has been, a staple for us all season long. Kendra DeYoung has been a staple for us all season long. So, just to name a few others that I don't think necessarily get the accolades from the GLIAC, but without them, there's no way this team would, be at 7-3 on the season, going into a big weekend with Northern.
Right. So team-wise, you beat Purdue Northwest twice, you beat Lake State twice, then you go to Grand Valley, always an important match, and you lose that one in 4 sets. So your winning streak is snapped there, but then you come back home, you get a home and home with Grand Valley, you come back home that Saturday, and massive win. And you win that in 4 sets. They take the first set 25-12, and you guys bounce back. That second set, you win 25-8. You look really good, maybe the best you have all season. I'm talking about that win against Grand Valley because I think it kind of fueled you guys, kind of pushed you a little bit, and now you've won 7 of 8. You're looking pretty good. And just talk about that Grand Valley win. I know it's a little more special for you whenever you play Grand Valley, but what did that mean to your team and the success they've had?
Yeah, well, if we go back to that Friday night match, we were able to pull out the first set against them, and then, we lost 3 straight to losing 4, and we just didn't play very well, and I think we've had moments this season where, we have moments where we don't play well or we have lost. We look back at the first weekend at Ashland. It wasn't a great weekend for us. And all we've done every time that we've had a loss or we've been faced with some adversity is that we grow from it and like they've learned. And I think the response that this team has, shown when they're up against it, whether it was even, if we look back at Lake State, we lost the first set at Lake State after a kind of a crazy, early match and early on the road and all that. And, we bounce back and we win, and then we win in 3 the next day. And, then you look forward to Grand Valley. I think it's, it was a tough Friday. And then, Saturday did not start off the way we wanted to, but I think the response and the resiliency of all of them, I mean, it was a confidence booster for sure. I think what Abby and I have preached to them all season long is, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. We don't care if it takes 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets, 7 sets that they allowed us to play it. If we got to go 42-40 in a match or in a set to win, we don't care. We just want to play volleyball and we want to do whatever it takes to win. And I think we really started to buy into that. And, obviously it shows when you turn around and you beat your rival 25-8 in the second set. And then, you really just kind of, you're in control the rest of the match. And I think it's a confidence booster for sure. And it really, it showed this past weekend against Wayne State. It showed that, like, we're here to stay. We're here to stay. We're here to be at the top of this, top half of this conference. And, you got to bring your A game when you play us. And, I'm so confident with whoever is against us on the other side of the net with this group that we have right now. So.
Absolutely. So 7-3, 4 matches left in the regular season. You've got Northern in town this week, and then you go to Parkside for the final 2. Honing in on Northern a bit, they're a team kind of on the rise. They lost their first match of the season, and then they've won 9 in a row since. And they're now tied for 21st in the country. Obviously a head coach that you're very familiar with in Michael Lozier, but just talk a little bit about Northern and another good team coming in here, another good opportunity for you guys.
Yeah, solid, very solid. Mike has done an incredible job with his time there and kind of building that program up. I'm very familiar with Mike just from us playing together in college, but also Rachel, my wife, who's an assistant coach here, is an alum at Northern too. So there's a lot of familiarity with Northern. I think he's done a great job of, getting some great athletes in there, and they're running their offense in pretty fast this year. And I think it kind of catches some teams, off guard at times. But I think, they're also riding this confidence wave. They've won 9 straight. They're ranked in the top 25. They've got kids that are, playing hard, and that's really what it is. They're playing really hard and they're gritty, and it's going to be a good challenge for us. I think, the way the schedule's set up for us, playing Wayne State this past weekend and then playing Northern, I do think there's some similarities there with how they play the game and, the tempo that they're trying to play their offense at. So I do think it sets up well for us, but, we got to come ready to play. And I think we are. I think our girls are just itching. And, we're just kind of like counting through the days right now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, is it finally Friday? Can we finally play some volleyball? So yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be a fun weekend, a great challenge for us. And it sets us up, for, where we go after this. We're, right now the top 4 are going to get a bye into the conference tournament. And we're sitting 4th. With the point system, we're actually sitting in 3rd. But, a big weekend for us against Northern would definitely help us kind of solidify ourselves in that top 4.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, thank you. 4 matches left. Good luck the rest of the way. And then we'll try and catch up right before the conference tournament, but you've got some work to do before then. Yeah. I appreciate it, but thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coop.